The other day, I was at an airport eating some mediocre chicken tenders, and I went to this restaurant, and I had forgotten to get like some barbecue sauce, and I had already paid for my food. And I said, hey, could I get a side of barbecue sauce? And this waiter, he goes, it'll be 75 cents. I said, dude, really? So you want me to pull out my credit card, and you're gonna swipe it, and you're gonna give me 2 slips, one for the merchant, one for the customer, and then now I have to leave you a tip, right? And I could tell he was trying to make the point. And I said, okay, you make your point, I'll make mine. All right, so that's fine. So he gives me mediocre barbecue sauce with the mediocre chicken tenders, and then I left him a $10 tip. And then his attitude changed real fast. Now he's like trying to bring me premium chicken tenders. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, these are in the back? Who are these for, you know? And the reason I did that isn't to just say I'm balling, because, I got $10. But the reason I did it is because I just wanted him to know, you don't get to ruin my day. No. I don't match the energy. I set the standard. I'm gonna have a great day. Why? You don't deserve that kind of tip for barbecue sauce. That is mediocre. But God hasn't called me to match mediocre for mediocre. God's called me to be generous. And so it's not about money. It's about carrying a heart that says, do you know what kind of person I am? I won the eternal jackpot. I got something that I did not deserve. And because I got something that I did not deserve, well, it makes me want to give away to people what they don't deserve.
Hey, everybody. Welcome out to another episode of Windshield Time at Mountainlands Supply. I'm Joey. I hope you enjoyed that little clip that we played at the first of this episode. It's a good idea by Tim. I asked him to come in and talk about some memories and how we remember the customer at the end of the process, and he found that clip, which is fun because Tim finds a lot of clips and sends them to me, and they're thought-provoking, and I love it. And we were just talking about how he was trying to one-up somebody's energy.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah. I love how he talks about when you are in a situation where a customer or maybe it's a fellow employee or whatever, and they're coming at you with mediocre energy.
Yeah.
That you can not necessarily one up that, but kind of bring a even more positive energy to the situation. And he tips the guy $10.
Not because he's balling.
Because he's balling, but for barbecue sauce, right? Like
mediocre barbecue sauce.
For mediocre barbecue sauce that they should have just given it to him free, right?
100%, yeah.
And so I think it just kind of indicates like you can control what you can control.
Yeah.
A lot of times we got this idea that, oh, this guy's coming at me. He's got all this negative energy and there's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah.
No, you can always one up mediocrity and bring a positive outlook. So
I love that, and I think it's really cool how if you think of the average of the energy that's in that conversation, that person who he was engaging with started at a very low level, and if you overcompensate for that, maybe the average of that conversation gets to a normal, good memory-making level, right? And how cool is it for that person when they're like, you know what? He saw my game and he wasn't having it.
Yeah.
And where he says, no, you don't deserve that opportunity to bring my energy down.
Right.
I have a saying where I don't listen to the opinion of people that I don't respect. That's very similar. Like I'm not going to go to the same energy level of somebody who's going to give me negative energy.
Yeah.
You don't deserve to be able to do that to me.
Or fight negative energy with positive energy.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to double down. If you're giving me negative energy like that, I'm going to double down and give you double positive. Unrealistic hospitality when it comes to that, right?
Which is a great book.
And I just love that kind of concept of you're faced with this all the time. Almost everywhere you go, there's mediocrity everywhere.
Yeah.
And you can just meet that with mediocrity, or you can go the extra mile. And, how many times do we somebody says, hey, and that's it, hey.
Oh, yeah, like a good morning and the obligatory hey.
Right.
Yeah.
Or you can be like, how's your day going so far?
And really mean it.
Yeah. It's just that a little bit more effort to it. And all of a sudden, now they have a memory.
Yeah.
And like you've been talking about, it's like, who knows what the chain of events happened up until when you met.
Yeah.
But they'll remember how you treated them in that moment, and maybe everything else that whatever problem there was before, it'll vanish over time.
Yeah. Well, and the cool part of that would be to hear what the next interaction with a customer that wanted mediocre barbecue sauce to go with their mediocre chicken wings or chicken tenders, did that same employee hit them with, no, it's 75 cents, or did they say, you know what, this one's on me?
Here's two.
Yeah. Yeah, because
right?
it's a loss leader, right? And you talked a little bit about, do you want fries with that? That's a sales technique that we've talked about with a lot of our counter salespeople, outside salespeople, how to complement the sale. Mm-hmm. And really, you should say, you know what, have fries with that. It's not even, I'm going to charge you for them. Yeah, take that with it. And you can do that with service.
Yeah.
Like, you know what, I'm going to sell you this piece of sewer pipe, but what you'll get for free is me bringing that energy for you.
Yeah. Maybe I'm going to go stack it on your truck for you, or I'm going to.
Perfectly.
Right. Like, we can always find a way to add value to what we're doing. If I'm picking the product, how do I add value? I double check it. I make sure it's exactly right.
Right on the inside of the box. Hey, this order picked with love by Joey.
There you go.
Just write that on the inside of it. Number one, you're taking accountability for it. So you put your name on something, they're going to know if you pulled it wrong.
Yeah.
Number two, if you pull it right, it's like, hey, can I have Joey pull every order that comes out of there?
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
I think to have that as your mindset, like, what else can I do?
Yeah.
What's the next step? How can I make this memory even deeper?
Yeah.
In the right way.
You have the power. I mean, that's the thing is sometimes we get this idea that like, oh, only management has power, or only this person in the company has power. Every single person has power to make a difference in the sphere that they're in, that they're the moment they're interacting with a customer, or even not interacting with a customer, like you say, writing a note or something like that, or leaving a treat inside there anonymously.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? There's a lot of different things that we can do that can show value to our customers, to those that we work with, and as employees, and make them feel valued, right?
And honestly, make the world a better place.
Yeah.
My kids, I've probably told you this before, but Tawny's been buying these little Jesus figurines that says Jesus loves you. Tiny little figurine. They're probably, I don't know, inch and a quarter tall. But she'll buy 500 of them. And then my kids take those and they put them everywhere. They'll put them, in somebody's bag, or they'll slip them in, put them on the counter at a gas station or whatever. Just those little things, that makes the world a better place.
Yeah.
If somebody sees that, you're like, who did this? And that person who did this is a pretty cool person,
At the end of that video, I think it's really cool that he talks about how he's hit the lottery.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
I got something I didn't deserve.
I got something I didn't deserve. I feel that way about working at Mountainland. That was a lottery pick for me.
Me too.
And I think there's a lot of people that feel that way. I hope if you don't feel that way, maybe take a hard look and realize what an opportunity you have to do that. And if you have that kind of feeling, then you can go out and do things like that. Then you find ways to, like, I want to make somebody's day every single day.
It's like playing with house money.
Yeah.
You win a huge bet and you're playing with house money now. What can't you do with that money?
Yeah.
Is how it makes you feel.
Oh, yeah. It's a game.
Yeah.
In a sense. It's almost like you've gamified,
life.
Yeah. I mean, as a way to navigate through life and navigate hard things. If you can put some even laughter to it, a little bit of levity to it, it's a fun way to go about living your life, and a fun way to go to work. And
what a great reminder too of energy is everything.
Yeah.
What you hit a situation with energy wise can change it completely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I think it's really, really cool. And I feel the same way. I feel like there's no reason why a farm kid from Payson, Utah should be the president, CEO of this company. I feel like I've hit the lottery. I feel like I got something I don't deserve. Now, did I work hard? Yeah, I worked hard. But man, what opportunities have been placed in front of me, and this company provided those opportunities.
Yeah.
And I truly feel just blessed. And I hope other people do too, because there's so many opportunities out there.
Yeah.
And there's not really a limit to what you can become.
There's opportunities in the sphere that you're in right now. You don't have to wait to
be president.
To be, whatever your maybe your end goal is. You can do something right now in the sphere that you're in and have a real effect on people that they'll remember forever. Man, there's so many instances of people that I've run into in my life that have been very generous, and those are moments that I really remember, and I really hold on to and say, that's why I'm friends with those people. That's why I care about those people. And we can bring that every day to our work environment. And we do. I mean, I see it all the time. We go to the branches and you see guys just joking around with their customers, and they have great rapport with them because they have probably done those things. They've added energy maybe when they were kind of feeling a little mediocre, So
it reminded me of a conversation I had a few days ago with somebody, and I don't remember who it was, but it was, I'll do that when ... right? Like,
do it now.
I'll do that when I retire, or when I make X amount per year, I'll do that. What's wrong with today? Yeah. Because if you don't feel that you can do it today, you'll never feel like you can do it then.
No.
You're placing your own limitations on what your potential can be. And it doesn't have to be big. I'm going to take time for my family when ...
Right. Yeah. I could tell you.
I do that all the time, right? But if you change that and you're like, you know what, I'll take time for them today.
Yeah.
And then the next day you're like, I'll do it again today.
Yeah.
Or I'll call my, I say this a lot because I'm fortunate enough to have both my parents alive, and you're not as fortunate. When I have those impressions to call my dad, I call him because I know that's a fleeting moment in my life. I won't always have him here.
Yeah.
Or maybe I won't be here for him, whatever. When you have those impressions, do it now.
Yeah.
I'll write my name on the inside of that box when I'm not as busy.
Yeah.
Well, you're always going to be busy. You're never going to not be busy. That's the dichotomy of life, is you're never going to be not busy. But if you take the time now, take that 5 seconds and say, I thought of that when I opened up a pizza box. There's a pizza place I love that they always write on there, have a nice day, heart, and then whoever made your pizza. Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's a fleeting thing. They probably don't think people even appreciate it, but I do. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, Christy made me that pizza. Man, Christy, you're killing it today. Like on Seinfeld, where they have that list of movies from the people who work at the movie house.
Yeah.
Oh, you did it again. Bravo, Patrick, bravo. I think that's a cool thing. It's a cool energy to put out there that, when I'm proud of what I did here. I pulled that order for you, and I know it's right.
Yeah.
I'm proud of that. I put my name on it.
Yep. Yeah. I just feel like so many opportunities are in front of us all the time to be able to show that we care about another person. I think that's the key too. It
has to be genuine.
Obviously, in your progress and in your career or whatever, you want to put effort into that, but put effort into helping other people. As you do that, you grow your sphere of influence, right? And the sphere of influence is far greater, way more important than any education you're going to get, any work experience you're going to get. As you grow friends, as you grow network, you grow opportunity. And that'll come back to you, but give. Give. Give, whether it's your time, give whether it's your
money,
your skill set.
Yeah.
Give whether it's your just a thought, and a smile or a card or whatever it is that expresses to them that you see them, that you value them, and that you care about them.
Yeah. My Brent Anderson, and he's probably told this to you too, but I remember him saying several times, if you focus on the needs of others, you will always have enough.
Yeah.
And that's true in everything in life. Like you're saying, if you focus your needs on somebody else's needs, then it will come back to you.
Yeah.
It's the beautiful thing about the universe is you will always have enough.
Our number one core principle, make our customers' business better.
Yeah.
When we do that, we don't have to worry about
Everything else fixes itself.
Yep.
Yeah. I love that, dude. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
That's fun.
And I know you got a hard stop, so we'll let you get out of here. But thank you for coming on and sharing that with us. That's really cool.
Appreciate it, bud.
Spencer, you get 8 words, bud.
8 whole words?
You just used 3 of them.
That sucks. Maybe I'll get more.
Well played, bud. Well played. All right, everybody. Thanks for jumping in and taking a ride with us. We'll see you down the road.